Hi everybody, my name is Stephanie and I'm a floater CSA with the Tuscarawas County Public Library. Welcome back to Reading Therapy with Stephanie. Today we're going to get into a genre that I actually don't read a lot of, and that is romance. So prepare yourself for 5 very interesting romance recommendations. Let's get started. To start us off today, I thought I'd go with a classic, so I'm recommending Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And if you've never heard of Pride and Prejudice, not sure where you've been, but this is the story of the 5 Bennet sisters, and Elizabeth Bennet is the second sister in this family, and she meets a man named Mr. Darcy, and they just really don't like each other when they first meet. And the story follows them and their relationship as they get to know each other. And I can't even really put my finger on what it is that I love about this book, except that it's beautifully written and it's really funny actually. Once you get used to the cadence of the language, it's actually really hilarious. So I really love this. This is one of my favorite classics. So if you haven't read Pride and Prejudice yet, I recommend it. And if you find that you struggle with older language, I would actually recommend the audiobook because that can be an easier way to digest this book. But yeah, it's really great, so give it a try. Next up, I have a teen recommendation for you guys, and that is Tokyo Ever After by Emiko Jean. And this story follows Izzy. She is a Japanese American girl living in a town in California. And then one day she discovers that her father, who she's never met, is actually the Crown Prince of Japan. And after this very startling discovery, she makes a trip to Japan to meet her father and learn her place in the world. And while she's there, she encounters a lot of obstacles, as you can imagine, but might also fall in love at the same time. And I really enjoyed this. This is not my typical type of book, but it was light and cute and fun and happy, and that's what I was craving at the time, and this book was perfect for that. And I really enjoyed learning about the Japanese culture as well. There was a lot of that in this book, as you can imagine, as Izzy navigates her way through all of those things. But if you're looking for something light and fun, this book is great. I'm gonna bring another classic into the mix, and that is Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare. And it's a little bit on the convoluted side, so I'll keep it super simple. Basically, we follow 2 twins, Viola and Sebastian, who are in a shipwreck. And in order to blend in at court, Viola disguises herself as a boy and ends up falling in love. But obviously she's dressed as a boy and the person doesn't know that she's in love with them. So as you can imagine, this play is really, really funny. Again, the language can be a barrier here, but when I was in high school, my teacher always told us, if you're going to read Shakespeare, read it out loud because it was meant to be a play and it's much easier to understand when you read it out loud. So this is a really fun, lighthearted romance, and I really love this play. So if you haven't read it, you should definitely give it a try. Next up, I have another teen recommendation for you guys, and that is The Geek's Guide to Unrequited Love by Sarvi and Tash. And this follows Graham. He's been in love with his best friend Roxy since she asked him what Hogwarts house he was sorted into. So they both love all things nerd, and when he finds out that their favorite comic is having a panel at that year's Comic-Con, he knows that that's his chance to tell Roxy how he really feels about her. And I think everyone can identify with a character like this who is just so insecure that they don't know if the other person likes them or not, and they just don't know what to do about it. And I love this in particular because it has all sorts of nerdy references in it, and it's just so wonderful for a nerd like me, and I loved every minute of this. So if you're looking for something nerdy and light and fun, this is your bet right here. To finish us off today, I have what's probably the only true romance of the bunch, and that is One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. This follows Bea, who is a plus-size fashion blogger, and she loves the reality dating show called Main Squeeze. It's kind of her guilty pleasure. Then one day, she gets a call from the show, and they want to feature her as the first plus-size Main Squeeze. And she, has kind of sworn off dating at this point, and she thinks, why not? I'll do it, but I will not fall in love. And this is just, if you've ever watched The Bachelor, that's pretty much what this is. So if you don't like The Bachelor, you're not going to like this. If you like The Bachelor, like I do, you will love this. It's actually surprisingly funny and self-aware and just has some really good points to drive home. And I really loved this. It was fun and sweet and cute and wonderful. So I don't know what else to say about it, but you should read it because because it was great. I loved it, and I don't even really like romance, so give it a try. Okay, you guys, that is going to do it for our video today. I know that my romance choices are not very typical, so I hope that you saw something you'd like to try. If you have any other video ideas, please just let me know and I'll do my best to recommend something that you will love. As always, may your books be many and your interruptions few. Bye, guys.